Welcome to the I Love Wine and Dogs podcast, created, produced, and hosted by Heidi Huebner, with engineering and production by Timothy StoneDancer Coleman. This show was created to celebrate good wine, amazing pets, and people from around the world who are doing great things in their local communities. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the I Love Wine and Dogs podcast. My name is Timothy StoneDancer Coleman. I am here as a co-host to the woman with the mostest. This is my sister. You all know her. You all love her. We all love her. Her name is Heidi. Heidi is our creator, our producer. How you doing, Heidi?
Hi, Timothy. Good to see you, my brother. I'm so excited for our show today. Everything is going groovy and great out here in good old California. I have to share, so I'm going to show the wine because I have my gadget after our interview with Bob and Louisa. So this week is Rabble Rouser from Sausalito Canyon. And this is a fun, these bottles that come out in my wine pickup. This is a 2022, but to keep the wine, so do you see this little top?
Okay, yes. Talk to us about it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, so this is how you get the air out. I opened this last night. So hear that? That's a good, crisp, clean pop. So all you do is you put this in, and then you have this little doohickey, and you suck the air out until it clicks, and then your wine is preserved. So
oh my gosh, that's so funny because I knew you mentioned that with Bob and Louisa. Yeah.
So I was doing the reverse cork, putting the wet end in, but I wanted to start off with that because I'm probably going to pop this open. I mean, I just wanted to uncork it and so you guys could hear. But anyway, so That's my way to keep the wine preserved. Wine tips. Thank you, Lindquist, for that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I had never seen the device. I when you were talking about it, I wasn't exactly sure what it was or if it worked or whatever. So that's really cool. And what is it called? It has an official name?
Well, I don't know if it's called an aerator. You could get this on Amazon, anywhere, liquor stores, grocery stores, but it works really, really well. And I just wanted to share that because I'm so excited to preserve my wines better. So that's all I got. What do you got?
Listen, you know what? And in the spirit of preserving wines, I moved mine off the counter that catches the most sunshine. So how's that?
I'm so conscious about everything now.
I know. Like, I got to take it like one step at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, listen, life is moving fast. Every day we are all one day closer to realizing our dreams and goals and visions for, kind of why we're on the planet and what we're going to do to occupy our time. And, I've been working in a setting doing podcasting, with some youth, and it has been so much fun. They've turned it into a bilingual program. So they've, created little stickers for all my equipment in English and Spanish. So they want me to learn how to say all the words in Spanish. And so we're having a good time in our little after school, kind of program on Saturdays. And that's really the biggest thing that's kind of been happening.
I love that. That's so great and so creative. So now I'm studying my French on Duolingo. You're going to be learning Spanish with your students, which I just did get back from the yoga retreat in Spain with Jessica. With Jessica Seaburn, who was our guest. It was phenomenal. And I have to say my French helped me understand and speak a little bit during our travels. But that I'm going to save that. But the trip was amazing. I'll share some photos with you. But she did a fantastic job. There were about 30 ladies on that trip.
Wow.
And it was the resort we were at, the Santillan, was gorgeous. Of course, they have their resident cat, Panda, and their dog, Hera. So we always love it when they've got animals at the retreats. But it was truly spectacular. The people, the food, everything about Spain. We went kayaking in the ocean and did a lot of sightseeing. So I'm so proud of her that she made it happen.
Yeah, she made it happen. And I didn't realize that it would have so many people. Like, what a huge success. That's fantastic. I'm so glad you got a chance to go.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
she was
and
surprised that that many signed up too, which was great.
yeah. That's totally dope. That's totally dope. Congratulations. So I can't wait to like, do a separate, interview with you and just kind of like get all your feedback and so we can like prime all of our watchers and listeners, so that they can go on the next retreat with Jessica. That sounds fantastic.
I think she's thinking Greece will be the next place. Since it's called Yogi Vacay, as much as we would love to go back to where we were, I think it makes it more exciting to go to new places. Some of the women, their husbands and partners came in at the end of the retreat so they could explore and went to some different countries, which was really great. So, and I did some traveling with her and her mom and her daughters, which was great before and after. So you're going to come, Tim, for one of them. I don't know which one, but
Listen to this, okay? I know how to say thank you very much in Greek.
perfect.
All right, so we're going to take a short break, everyone. And when we come back, we are going to be speaking with our guest. I can't tell you how important this man is in the lives of so many people here, not just in the Bronx, but around New York City. And I'll share how I met him and the wonderful work and service that he did for us, for our animals, and all that good stuff when we come back right after this.
We'll be right back after these messages. I Love Wine and Dogs podcast has brand new merchandise. Have you ever looked at something and realized you didn't need it until you saw it? ilovewineanddogs.shop, your one-stop shop to support loving pets, good wine, and great people doing awesome things in their communities. Visit ilovewineanddogs.shop and get that new merch. ilovewineanddogs.shop, your one-stop shop to support loving pets, good wine, and great people doing awesome things in their communities. Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the I Love Wine and Dogs podcast. I'm Timothy. Heidi and I are here with a special guest from the Bronx that I want to introduce you to. He has a couple of different companies. Both are focused on the service of both human beings and their animals. They're forever friends. I had a black lab named Onyx, and Buddy just so happened at that time to be living across the street, like not far from me. And I saw his van and I wondered what it was all about. And we were going through losing Onyx, and it's when I found out that she had cancer and we had to euthanize her. And so Buddy actually gave us a ride to the animal armory, the animal hospital that's here, one of them that's here in the Bronx. His energy, his spirit, his sincerity were just everything that I needed in that moment, because Onyx had been with me for, I don't know, like 8 years, 9 years. And that was just my little girl, even though she was huge. She was my little girl. And everybody knows from the, when you're about to lose a pet, like how these are our family members. And the service that Buddy provided, I mean, sometimes even people giving you space to grieve in silence, right? The ride wasn't that long, but there was just the perfect amount of mentorship, perfect amount of love, perfect amount of just peaceful energy that he provided. And so all these years later, I ran into him again at the animal hospital. No drama this time. I was just getting my girls, a little physical. But I told him, hey, listen, it would be great if we could get you on the I Love Wine and Dogs podcast. So without any further ado, Buddy, thank you so much for being here with us on the show. How are you today?
Thank you, and thank you both for having me on the show. It's very kind of you. I'm doing okay.
You always take life, like one day at a time, man. Like, it's so excellent because every time I ask you how you're doing, you're like, it's another day. Everything is fine. Let's start off with Buddy's buddiespettaxi.com, right? If we could start off with that business first, can you explain to people what is the business and what are some of the services that you provide?
We are a 501c3 organization. We are Bronx Humane Society. One of the things we do for the people in the Bronx, since the Bronx didn't really have any 13 years ago, we do we do transportation of the animals to and from the hospitals. You see, this state, they don't have to take animals in a taxi, only for the blind or handicapped. It's the law. I had the problem with one of my fellas, little ones, and no cab would pick me up, and he was only 40 pounds. And when I was down at that town, when I was downtown at a big organization, let's say the ASPCA, people used to come in. Oh, I couldn't get a cab. I couldn't get. No one wanted to take me here. Sometimes, the animal never made it. Now, would it have made it if it did get there in time? I can't say yes or no. That's not for me to say. But there was nothing for them. Besides that, we do other things. I'm a humane educator. Well, that's what we do because we feel there's a need for it. I mean, this is not a Microsoft, or this is not an Amazon. Understand me? You're in the Bronx, number one, which is a different thing altogether of all the boroughs. And second of all, a lot of people that have the animals that get sick just don't have it to get there, or they don't go because no one can take them.
So if something happens, let's talk to people about the process, right? Like, so my animal, let's say my animal is in distress. I might call your number, right? That's what would happen? I would call your number, and then what do you do?
We take the information down. We find out what day or what time you have to be at the veterinarian. If you're going to take your animal there, as far as that, and we give you an appointment. We write the time down, and we're there. If you saw on the site, we have a ramps to get them in. We have a special stretcher that originally came off an army base. It's smaller. It's 5 foot. We have these things.
Was this your idea? Did you come up with this?
Yes. Now, they had them downtown. They had them in Manhattan. They had them in Westchester. But the difference in pricing-wise, it was ridiculous. Just people couldn't do it.
Well, it's absolutely incredible and needed because I know I lived in New York for a while. Many people don't have cars. And like you said, only service animals are allowed in taxis. And when you're dealing with the situation with your pet, they are a family member. They are, our fur babies. You're in a state of mind anyway that's hysterical if your pet is suffering or is in a critical situation. So being able to have your service, thank you for doing that. I really commend you and thank you.
We'll be right back after these messages. ilovewineanddogs.shop, your one-stop shop to support loving pets, good wine, and great people doing awesome things in their communities.
I Love Wine and Dogs is now streaming for millions of fans on YouTube.
Welcome back to the show.
I think the service that you offer, one of the things that you pointed out, I want to just highlight this for folks. Can you clarify, do you transport pets without their owners, or the owners have to be with them?
The owners have to be with them in case of certain type of emergencies. Now, we know what an emergency is more than the person that has the animal or somebody else. If there's I'm going to do it this way. If a dog gets shot, or a dog falls out a window, or a cat falls from the 12th floor, which has happened already, can't get the owner, we will take that animal to the hospital. Okay? But without the owner. And the owner will be notified because they're not there, or whatever it is. It could be a fire in a building. That's when the fire department gets into the deal too. See, there are some times that we will, but usually we like to have the pet with the owner because first of all, it makes them calmer. It makes them calmer. It's easier. I only have two hands. I can't. When I'm driving, I only have two hands. But we'd rather take it with the owner, the parent of the pet. It just works out better.
I want to touch when you were saying that you used to do humane education in schools, and it is very important, and it really makes me sad that they are not continuing with that. I think that is also the same in Los Angeles. And yes, the internet is good for some things, but having a person answer questions and explain to kids why microchipping and spay and neuter and vaccinations are important, and just for them to understand that animals are living beings with feelings, they're not property, and everything that humane education does. I really hope somehow, some way that can be revisited and offered again, because it's really important.
We have something going now downtown in Manhattan. for many years before I was even born, there was a museum for the dog. People that were big time hunters years ago, and they had dog breeds, and they used to go around with those pants with the long black boots and stuff like that, and the hat. What you used to see on TV, there was people like that, and that was a time when they used to have this museum. But we have something that we're going to try to do from here, the Pet Museum, Mobile Museum. And when we wait outside for a client or we wait during the day, we're going to have something for information to be transferred and questions can be asked. We have a special type of television flat runs on battery. We're just talked about. We're just setting that up for the weekend. If it didn't rain, it would be better for us. But the weather's been bad here for a while, and we're going to do a little bit of the education throw it in. We can't do too much because when we go to another spot, we have to take it away. We can only do it when the car is stable. We have a tablet. We have a tablet at home. Tablet in the car, and when they come in, they push the button. Runs animal education stuff. And these are the things we try to do a little bit because like I said, the funding. I'm not trying to ask for nothing. So we're doing it, and I'm very grateful that you allowed me to come on the show and do this.
I am really happy to hear that. And I do want you to let our listeners know you want money. I want people to give you big donations so you can grow and continue to do this amazing work. So yes, please donate. We're going to give your website. Please write some big checks.
Let me tell you a quick story. Let me tell you, for 30 years, we've been trying to get an overnight hospital in the Bronx. There is nothing in the Bronx. Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens has something, or Westchester has. We've shown to all the politicians. Oh, yeah. Not 1 cent. Not 1 cent. Now, we didn't ask them even for money. We asked them for vouchers that we can go in, get the equipment, and give it to the construction people. Nothing. That's why in this borough, it's a different story. I'm not trying to put down a person. I'm just telling you what it is.
A lot of people know that the Bronx is the forgotten borough, right? I mean, it'll always be the forgotten borough. But how about this? In spite of all the things and all the real reasons and all the facts of why funding doesn't come to the Bronx like it does to Manhattan and other areas, we have people like you who are answering a call to their purpose and doing things that are awesome for the community. And even though, there's somebody for everything. Someone else is going to go fight for the money. Someone else is going to go fight for the resources. You took it all in your hands. You created a 501c3 nonprofit. And we do, again, echoing Heidi, want people to find your website and at buddiespettaxi.com and go and donate.
I also, I appreciate that you have other links on your website as resources for people. One of the ones, the Senior for Senior program that the organization does, and that's placing senior pets with seniors who need a companion animal, and then also the handicap pets, the Wheels for Pets. We see a lot of the dogs here in California with their little wheelies, and to watch a dog who was paralyzed and who has their life of running and going on walks again is a beautiful thing. So thank you for having other resources on your website. It's important if people, are looking for help in those different areas.
Thank you, buddy. Have an amazing, amazing day. And, we look forward to all of those donations pouring in once we air this episode.